Welcome back everyone, welcome back to another video on the Trading Up series. A week ago I put up a post to say what video you wanted to see next. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do, so I left it down to you guys. The 6 people that had voted, 3 of you had chosen that you wanted to see another Metro Trading Up video. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm not going to have too much time down here today, so the video is probably going to be short and sweet. But we know that we need to do some rust repair, and I think the first thing we need to do is get rid of the interior and see what we need to do. And of course, if you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell notification button so you'll get notified when I upload the next video. Right, so the first thing that we'll need to do is we need to get these seats out the way. There's 4 torque bolts on each seat, and then that should give us access to remove the carpet, because I think all the repairs are going to be down here somewhere. You can see one rust hole just in that door shut there, but we're looking at the front sills, wheel arch sections and floor areas. So we'll get these seats out the way. We'll need to get the back bench seat out the way as well to get the carpet out, and we'll just gut this interior. Right, so we'll start off, we'll get rid of these mats first, chuck them out, and the bolts for these seats are T40, so I'll just set you up and we will see if these will come out with the little gun. Right, that's one seat out. We'll do the same on the other, and then hopefully these plastic trims and this metal bar will all come out at the same time. Right, now hopefully that metal bar will come out, and these plastic trims will come out. I think I might have to undo the yeah, I'm gonna have to undo this trim along here, which is just some Phillips screws just in here and in here. Right, we'll just flick these little caps off here, hopefully, without damaging them too much. And that should reveal some 17mm bolts.
forget the spacers. And then we've got a little 17mm behind this cap here. This is for the seat belt anchor. Where are you going? You pissed or something? Right, and then hopefully that will just unwind out of the hole in the sill, and that can just rest in there. And there is another space here, so don't forget that. Right, and to get this back carpet out, you do need to take the back seats out. There is a bolt under there, and I thought it hinged forward just by pulling it, but unless there's a secret catch somewhere, I can't get that to happen. So I will take the parcel shelf off, fold the back seat forward, and then hopefully that should all come out as one, maybe. So yeah, we'll just undo these little rubber things that are here. I don't know whether this comes out or not. Here we go. Just slide to the left and slide to the right. Crisscross. Right, and then hopefully there's some holes in here where you can push some little levers and that will fold forward, and then I think the whole thing then folds over. I'm all caught up on seatbelts at the minute. There we go, get that one out of the way. Right, bear with me a second, that will all just flip over, hopefully. I forget how versatile these cars are. You know, look at all that space now. It's like a little van, isn't it? So yeah, that you have to poke all these seat belts through the centre of the seat, and then that just all folds over. And obviously I've got all these seat belts here that are in the way as well, which aren't normally. But yeah, again, all we need to do now is just zip these two bolts out. That's one. And then we can now pull that out of one of the doors. Right, now with that out of the way, hopefully we can just peel this carpet up out of the way. And pull it out the other side. And then we've got a little bit of underlay. Underlay. Just to pull up. And that's that. We've got a little bit here, but I thought that was all in these floors here. But maybe it's just the MOT is just on these sills here, just a poor pair on the outer sills. But anyway, we need to get the front part out anyway, which you can probably get the front part out without taking the seats out, to be honest with you, but we will try to make it a little bit easier for ourselves, really. Right, let's go around the other side. Let's set you up actually. there's a lot of water around here, so you can see how that's contributed to the rust factor. Oh yes, this is soaking wet. Absolutely minging. Lovely. Oh dear. See what through to the floor down there. I don't know if I'll be able to take this firewall pattern out. Right, without taking the whole dash out, which isn't a big job really, I can't get the sound deadening out, not in one piece anyway. So I think what's happened is that when they build the cars, that's the first thing they put on in the interior, then they put the wiring loom in, and then they put the heater in, all that sort of stuff in. So I don't think I'll go that far, but you can see the extent of the rust along this driver's side. Nice big hole there, nice big hole there. Obviously we've got this to contend with as well. So a couple of little patches in there. We need to get this sound deadening out really, or at least half of it out to see what's under there. But I'll just take you on to the other side, because that's just as bad, if not a little bit worse. And I've hung the sound deadening up and it's just dripping. It's been like that for the last 10 minutes now. But yeah, that's dripping and going straight out the door, which is bonus, but that is absolutely saturated. And then obviously we've got this side here that's had a patch in here before, and we've got a big bit there that needs to be welded up as well. Yeah, there's been some repairs on this side and this side, because you see all the seams here, all the black paint, and if I get a light you can see where they put a patch in and just fold it around to the sill instead of doing it properly. But I guess when you just want to get it for an MOT, that's the sort of job you get, unfortunately. Hopefully we're going to do a bit better job than that. Again, we'll have to get rid of the sound deadening and yeah, and go from there really, just to see what we're looking at. But we're looking at outer sill, maybe a little bit of the inner sill, and the floor section as well. So yeah, I'm not sure if we can get repair panels for this or not 100% sure. That'd be nice just to unspot weld all this, unspot weld all that, and then just cut it along there and put a join in there. But that'll be the ideal solution. Well, no, the ideal solution would be chucking a whole new floor pan in, but they're definitely not available, and I'm definitely not doing that. But yeah, again, without taking that whole dash out, we can't get the sound deadening out in one piece. And again, this is all saturated as well, so we might have a leak somewhere. But up here that's all nice and dry. That's just this bottom here, so maybe it's just coming through there, and the same on the other side. The top half seems dry, but the bottom half is soaked. So I think it is just the holes here that's causing it to get wet. Right, so again, I haven't really got much time today. I want to get home ready for the Formula 1. But I think what we'll do is we'll get the old heat gun out and we'll start heating this sound deadening up and see if we can scrape some off, and yeah, see if we can see a little bit more. Right, now this is all up. I don't normally like to use heat, but it's just because of all this area here, probably just been easier just to do heat. Normally I use the little duster cans, and if you turn them upside down it's like a freeze, and that'll turn this rock solid, and then you just tap it with a hammer and it comes off in pieces. But we use heat this time, and we're just going to clean it up with a little bit of thinners. If you haven't got any thinners, then use petrol. That works just as well. If not, probably work a little bit better than thinners. But you can see it all going brown already. So it'll take a while to get all the big stuff off, but the little stuff comes off really easily. Well, you see the birds through the trees a little bit better now. I think the next job is going to be, we'll get a wide brush and an angle grinder and see what's under this monstrosity of a patch. Well, you can see what I'm left with now. Someone's put a little patch in here, and to be honest with you, it's not a bad job. They've obviously cut out all the rust, and then obviously they haven't seamed it in a sense of butt welded it, but they have lap welded it on, and that is an okay repair. And then they've seam sealed the whole patch basically, but you can see where it's just all rotted through elsewhere now. So I think the best thing to do really is to cut this out along here and then down, and then just take all this patch out and see what left here, because you can see this is all all flexible as well, so we need to do an inner sill section as well by the looks of it. But yeah, I haven't looked underneath as yet. Maybe we'll do that now. Well, I'm not too sure how much you're going to see of this, but obviously that's the patch repair that was done on the outside here. And then I'm trying to get you as close to the floor as possible because you are on the ramp. But yeah, it's just covered in seam sealer and wax oil.
Right, I think that'll do it for today. We made a little bit of headway with this one. As I say, I did put a poll out there a week ago just to see what content that you guys want to see. And you all chose, well, half of you chose this, 50% of you chose this. So I made a little video here on this today. We will get back to the welding on this. It's a lot worse than what I anticipated. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't expecting it to be that bad, and then having to do it on both sides as well. But yeah, again, this is going to be a little bit longer to get this one ready to sell next. I'm literally going to do this front corner here, and then I'm going to do the other front corner off camera because I'll get it done a lot quicker. And we are just repeating on each side basically, so what I do on one side I'll be doing on the other side anyway. And then we'll just need to throw everything back together again, all the interior back together again, and then hopefully get it MOT'd and running right, because at the minute it's a little bit spluttery, and it don't like to be revved, so you put your foot on the accelerator basically, and it don't like to pick up the revs, and then all of a sudden that do. And I see there's been some repairs to the vacuum lines and stuff like that. So as well as that, we need to give it a service as well. So yeah, we'll continue this one another day. That's not going to be too long, but I'm going to do a video on, there's a couple of other cars obviously that we need to do as well. If you see in the foreground here, you can see there's an engine here. That is a turbo engine out of a ZT, and that's to go into the Blue TF Project Sprint. So we've got that to do as well. Just over here, there's another engine on a stand. You probably see in the background, there's a R33 GTR in the background as well. So we need to rebuild the engine on that because that suffered with a spun rod bearing. And yeah, we've got the XR3i race car as well. We've got all the parts for that. We've got all the chassis leg and the inner wing for that now, so we can crack on and do that. So we've got a lot to do. It's made a little bit more difficult because now we're into winter, and inside space is at a premium at the minute. And I need to be able to get underneath the floor on here as well to make sure we're cutting out as much as we need to cut out. And when it's on a ramp here, it's very difficult to do that. So I've got some drive up ramps, so we might stick that outside, but again, that's going to be a case of when it's dry. At the minute it's chocolate down with rain. So yeah, so we'll just stick, I've got a spare seat, we'll stick the spare seat in here anyway at the Turbo Metro, so I can drive this in and out. The other seats that I've taken out, I'm going to strip, and we'll send the covers away to be repaired. I'll do a little video on that as well. So yeah, plenty's going on. Also, you'll probably notice I've rebranded the channel as well. It's getting to that point where I need to have some kind of branding, and I don't think my name is a kind of branding, you know. Yeah, Matt Armstrong, Cleese McFarland, all that sort of stuff. They're really big channels, and they do well with that.
But I think that if we rebrand the channel, again, a few months ago, I put a post out to see what type of content people wants to see, whether it be Ford, Rover or racing. I had quite a few votes on that, and the majority, about 70% is Rover, and that is my day job. I do and work on Rovers and stuff like that. But don't panic, we won't be doing just Rovers. We'll still be doing the Fords. I've still got the ST to do. I've still got the XR3i race car to do. So we're still doing all that sort of stuff, but we are going to be concentrating on the MG Rover brand. And hopefully, I want to try and be one of the biggest MG Rover channels on YouTube. But only you guys can make that happen. So I'll be really appreciative if you could obviously subscribe, comment, like, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think for now, enough waffling. We'll leave this one parked for a couple of days. We'll do a video on the TF. And then once I've done that video on here, then we'll come back to this car here, and I might be doing some other videos here, there and everywhere as well. So I'll probably be a little bit jumbled up over the next month or so, but stick with me, and yeah, hopefully I can push out some good content for you guys over the Christmas period. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.